The government has given the hard word to Kainga Ora, instructing them to kick out unruly social housing tenants and chase down unpaid rents. Housing Minister Chris Bishop said the amount owed by Kainga Ora's tenants had ballooned from $1 million in 2017 to $21 million last year, while the number of tenants owing rents had nearly doubled in that time, from nearly 4,250 to more than 9,500. The government says if social housing tenants don't pay, they should be evicted, and that should act as a strong incentive to pay. There is also an instruction for the housing provider to evict antisocial tenants. Figures show there were an average of 335 serious complaints each month by the end of last year, but just 3 tenancies were ended due to disruptive behaviour. Well, our political reporter Amelia Wade joins us now live. So Amelia, tell us, how have the ministers made this directive?
Well, in fulfilling a coalition promise to act, the Finance and Housing Ministers have sent an interim letter of expectation to Kainga Ora to get it to change its ways. Now, Housing Minister Chris Bishop says the aim of the policy is to make tenants behave better, not to make more people homeless. But there was a key detail missing today: the children. Bishop could not say how many of those hundreds of households who were facing serious complaints and now possibly eviction had children in them. In fact, he couldn't say whether he'd even asked for advice about how children would be affected by this change in policy.
You're presupposing that those tenants will be automatically evicted from those houses. Okay, so the first reason we are doing this is to send a message that tenants who engage in this sort of behaviour need to change their behaviour. At the end of the day, there has to be a backstop for the government to say, if you continue to persistently and repeatedly engage in this sort of behaviour, there has to be a backstop for the government to say, enough is enough, I'm sorry, you can't continue to engage in this sort of behaviour.
The response to this announcement today has been mixed. One woman who says she was tormented by her Kainga Ora neighbours is ecstatic. She says people shouldn't feel unsafe and scared in their own homes, while the Greens say kicking people out of state houses will lead to a proliferation of poverty and trauma in the most vulnerable communities.
Amelia, thank you for the detail on that.